Good morning, children. In previous class we had learnt about the solutions and also we had learnt about the how to express the concentration of solute in solution. In today's class we are going to learn what are suspension and emulsion. Okay, let us see suspension. A suspension is a mixture in which the solute particles do not dissolve but remain suspended throughout the bulk of the solvent. Okay, suspension is a mixture in which solute particles they are not dissolved in solvent but they remain suspended throughout the bulk of the solvent. Actually, in suspension what happens? The solute particles are not dissolved in solvent, okay, but these solute particles are dispersed throughout the bulk of the solvent. Actually, what happens in case of solution? Solute particles are dissolved in the solvent, but in case of suspension, here solute particles are not dissolved in solvent, but the solute particles they remain suspended throughout the bulk of the solvent. Okay, suspension is a mixture in which the solute particles do not dissolve but remain suspended throughout the bulk of the solvent. Examples for suspension are paints, medicines, okay, that we consume, syrups, okay, orange juice, flour in water. If you mix flour in water, it becomes suspension because flour is not dissolved in water. Chalk powder, water mixture. If you mix chalk powder in water, that chalk powder is not dissolved in water but it remains suspended in the water if that suspension is left for longer time. If it is left for longer time, the chalk powder will settle down at the bottom of the beaker. Okay, we can also take muddy water. Muddy water is also an example for the suspension. If you take muddy water and if you leave that muddy water for an hour, the soil particles, okay, the soil particles they will settle at the bottom of the beaker. Here in case of muddy water, soil particles are the solute particles and these solute particles are dispersed throughout the water. In case of chalk water mixture, chalk is solute, okay, here chalk is not dissolved in water but it remains dispersed throughout the water. Similarly, in flour in water, okay, here also flour is solute and water is solvent. Here flour is not dissolved in water but it remains suspended. It remains suspended throughout the bulk of the solvent. Let us see properties of suspension. Okay, this suspension is a heterogeneous mixture. It is not homogeneous mixture because here we can see the solute particles with our naked eyes. We can identify the two components, solute and solvent. Okay, therefore this suspension is a heterogeneous mixture. The size of the solute particle is larger than 10 raised to minus 5 centimeter in diameter. Okay, the diameter of the solute particles is larger than 10 raised to minus 5 centimeter. And these solute particles they are visible even with our naked eyes. We can see the solute particles with our naked eyes. And this suspension is unstable, and because here the particles of the solute, okay, the particles of the solute they settle down on keeping it for some time. Okay, if you keep that suspension for longer time, say for 1 hour or 2 hours, the solute particles will settle down. They settle down at the bottom of the beaker. Okay, therefore here this suspension is unstable. But in case of solution, we had seen that solution is stable because the solute particles they do not settle down at the bottom of the beaker when they left for 2 to 3 hours. Okay, I will say next properties. The particles of a suspension scatter a beam of light passing through it and make its path visible. Okay, see here, children. in this beaker we have taken suspension. Okay, if we pass light through this beaker, if we pass light through this beaker, these the solute particles, solute particles in suspension, they will scatter the, they will scatter the light. They will scatter suspension, in suspension solute particles. Okay, when a light is passed through, the light beam is passed through the suspension solution. Okay, the particles present in the suspension, they will scatter the light. They will scatter the light. On scattering the light which is passing through this suspension is visible to our naked eyes. Okay, the light which is passing through this suspension is visible to us. Okay, because this suspension will scatter the light, because here size of the particles are larger than solution. Size of the particles are larger than the solution particles. In solution particles, size of these particles, they are small. They cannot scatter the beam of light. But in suspension, size of the particle is larger than 10 raised to minus 5 centimeter. Because of this reason, they are capable of scattering the beam of light. Okay, they are capable of scattering the beam of light which is passing through this suspension, and it will make the path of light visible to our naked eyes. We can see the path of light inside the suspension. But in case of solution, we can't see the path of the light which is passing through the solution. In suspension, we can see the path of the light. Here, this suspension, the particles will scatter the beam of light passing through it. Okay. But what happens when particles settle down? Okay, when the particles settle down, settle down on these particles, they do not scatter the beam of light. Okay, when particles settle down, no scattering of light is observed. No light is scattered. Let us see last property, solute particles. They can be separated from the mixture by the process of filtration. Okay, here by the process of filtration we can separate the solute particles from the suspension mixture, because here size of these solute particles in suspension is larger than the pores in filter paper. Okay, filter paper is having some small pores. Okay, the size of the pores in filter paper is smaller than the size of these solute particles in case of suspension. Because of this reason, these solute particles of the suspension can be separated from through the filtration process. But in case of solution, we can't separate the solute particles from the solution through the filtration process. Next we will see what are emulsion. Okay, an emulsion is a unstable system. It is a unstable system consisting of at least two immiscible liquid phase. Okay, consisting of at least two immiscible liquid phase, one of which is dispersed as a globules in the other liquid phase. See here, once again I'll read this. An emulsion is an unstable system consisting of at least two immiscible liquid. Immiscible means, for example, if you take oil and water in a beaker. Okay, oil and water in a beaker, you'll see that water will settle at the bottom of the beaker, and above this water layer we will see the oil layer. Okay, these water and oil, when these two are mixed, we will see two separate layers. One is oil layer, another one is water layer, and water layer is present at the bottom of the beaker and present above the water layer. Okay, they are not miscible, they do not mix. Immiscible means the if they are not mixing, then we will say that immiscible. Immiscible means which are not mixed. Okay, consisting of at least two immiscible liquid phase, one of the which is dispersed as globules in the other liquid phase. Okay, here we will see in types of emulsions in detail and we will understand the definition clearly. And this emulsion is stabilized by a third substance called emulsifying agent. Okay, see here there are two types of emulsion. One is water in oil emulsion and another one is oil in water emulsion. First we will see water in oil emulsion. See here, this is a beaker. In this beaker I have taken water and oil. Okay, when we add water and oil in a beaker, this oil and water, they are immiscible liquids, because on adding these two liquids in a same beaker, these two liquids, they do not mix. Okay, they do not mix. Instead of that, they will form two separate layers. See here, water layer is present at the bottom of the beaker, whereas this oil layer is present above the layer of the water. Okay, when we shake these two layers, when we shake this beaker, okay, when we shake this beaker, these two layers, they will mix. Okay, they will mix, and here oil, okay, oil, here oil will disperse, not oil, water will disperse, water will disperse through the oil. Okay, water molecules in the form of globules, small globules. I will send the photos in group. Okay, this water will form globule and it is mixed throughout the oil. Okay, so see here blue colored globules, that is small circles, it represents the water, and black color, it represents the oil. Okay, here water is the dispersed phase, and this water molecules are dispersed throughout the oil. Okay, here oil is acting as a solvent. Okay, it means it is acting as a dispersion medium. It is almost similar to solvent, but here not. Here what happens, here solute is not dissolved in the dispersion medium. Instead of that, here solute is dispersed. Therefore, solute, in this case, solute is said to be dispersed phase and solvent is said to be dispersion medium. Okay, the liquid in which dispersed phase, in which molecules are dispersed is known as dispersion medium. Okay, but water, here oil is a dispersion medium and here water is a dispersed phase. Okay, throughout this oil, water molecules in the form of globule, they will form small globules. You can do this in your home. Take a small volume of oil and water, and you can mix it. You will observe the small globules like this. Okay, so here water is a dispersed phase. Here water is dispersed in oil. So this is a type of, it is a first type of emulsion. Here water is dispersed in oil. Therefore, this type of emulsion is known as water in oil. Here water is dispersed phase and oil is dispersion medium. Next we will see oil in water emulsion. Here also, see children, here I have taken one beaker. In this beaker I have taken oil and water. Okay, I have taken oil and water, and these two liquids are immiscible. When these two liquids are added in a beaker, they will form separate layers as shown here. Okay, above this first layer is oil, and this below layer, this is water. Okay, this is water layer. Above the water layer, oil layer is present. Okay, see here, on shaking this beaker, okay, this oil and water will mix. Okay, this oil and water will mix, and this here oil is a dispersed phase and water is dispersion medium. Water is dispersion medium. Here the oil in the form of small droplets, in the form of small globules, is dispersed throughout the water. Water is a dispersion medium. Okay, if we leave this emulsion, okay, this is known as emulsion. This is known as here inside this beaker, okay, what we see, this is known as emulsion. If we leave this emulsion for some time, again here we'll absorb. Okay, if we leave this emulsion for some time, again we'll see two separate layers. One is oil and another is water. Okay, so to stabilize the emulsion, we have to add the emulsifying agents. Emulsifying agents. Okay, when we add emulsifying agents to this emulsion, this emulsion becomes stable, and these oil globules, oil droplets which are dispersed throughout the water, they remains in the form of globule for longer time. Okay, so this is second type of emulsion, oil in water emulsion. Okay, children, actually this emulsion portion is not there for your syllabus, just I explained for the sake of knowledge. Okay, so in today's class, so far we have discussed about emulsion and suspension. In next class we will discuss the colloidal suspension, and we will also compare the solution suspension and colloidal suspension.